So,
yeah.
Without further ado, it's time for Rushmore. And today, it's Rushmore of Westerns. You just shot an unarmed man. He goes, he should have armed himself. I was like, yes. He should have armed himself.
Nice.
You just shot an unarmed man.
Well, he should have armed himself.
He's like, lighten up, jerk. And he's like, he's got this confused look on his face because he's never heard that before. And he goes, mighty strong words, Brunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
You.
Hey, lighten up, jerk!
Mighty strong words, Brunt.
That's dumb. That was so dumb.
No, it wasn't.
Twerk ethic. Twerk ethic.
But you merely adopted the dog. I was born in it.
Halloween's over. Shouldn't do that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go. I'll be the screamer.
Come on. Chicago.
Right now, Virginia Tech getting down, bruh.
Woo!
Jumping up and down the stands. Exit night, enter the Hokies. Woo!
All right, buddy.
Dude, that's tone. That tone, bro.
So good.
Bob Rock
Well,
at his finest.
Metallica and us would like to welcome everyone to the Twerk Ethic Show. What are you laughing at?
Metallica would like to welcome everybody. This is Lars. Welcome everybody to Twerk Ethic.
Yeah, I just like everyone to finally know that I am not a good drummer. Sorry for those Lars fans out there.
Get rid of Napster
Yeah. No,
if you haven't already.
he's a very controversial figure because I think if you're a big Metallica fan and you're not a drummer, you probably think Lars is the best drummer
Sure.
because it's just rock and roll. But
Yep.
bursting people's bubbles, he's not good. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But everybody else in the band,
I mean, yeah.
legit.
Oh, dude.
Like
yeah.
very legit.
Yeah.
I would even say, I don't know. What's the James Hetfield? Is that
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah. Lead singer.
That dude on the guitar is almost as impressive as what's the other guy? Kurt Hammett.
Kurt, yeah.
Wow, it's coming back.
Yeah.
His rhythms,
yeah.
they're sick.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
sick.
Ridiculous. And he's singing over it, too, which is
Even harder.
doubly impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
I think that's one of the greatest rock intros
Oh.
of all
my
time.
gosh. Yeah.
And I'm not even a massive Metallica fan. I do like some Metallica, like
Yeah.
Sad But True.
Yeah.
Like Master of Puppets.
Right.
I do like quite a few Metallica songs, but I'm not
Yeah.
a big fan.
Yeah.
But Enter Sandman, that's like one of the coolest songs,
Yeah.
especially the intro.
For sure. Yeah. And have you ever watched Virginia Tech Entrance? They play that. And the crowd just goes ballistic.
I'll see if I can find a clip. I don't know. I've always thought that intro was awesome.
Yeah,
And
it's so good.
I remember when I learned
Perfect
it,
build.
like when I learned that one riff, I was like, I played it over and over and over. And I actually like the verse riff even more than the intro riff. Not the sound of it to play.
Yeah.
It's the what? How's it go?
The verse riff?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's
I was listening to my truck yesterday, actually, because they had just celebrated the 30th anniversary of that album.
Yeah,
And so they remastered the whole thing like they needed to, but they did it anyway.
yeah,
And so I was playing my truck, and I was like, and the guitars in the second verse are super loud, and that's all you could hear. But I was just like, yeah, it was so good, man, because it was like so rich and like,
yeah,
man, it's so thick.
yeah. But then, you know, got to mention the guitar solo in that song. I just was recently, kind of like you, I was just driving down the road and I heard the song. This
Yeah.
is actually back in June. I thought it was sooner. But I was driving down the road and that solo came on. I was like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah,
that solo,
it's screaming.
it's so cool, man.
Yeah.
And so I went home. I said, I'm going to learn that song. So I got home, went straight up here, took like an hour to learn it. And I had knew some of it from like 10 years ago.
Right.
But I played it again and I was like, man, I felt like a kid again. I was like,
Yeah.
God, this guitar solo is cool. It's like
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Yeah.
Let's hear it, JT. Let's freaking go. Melt my freaking face off.
I was 13 when it came out, and I remember a friend of mine let me borrow his tape
Yeah, okay.
of it, and I just listened to that thing over and over
You
again.
remember what early in some earlier episodes we said that Metallica was likely created because people were hangry?
Yeah. It's true.
All that waiting in rehearsals,
Yeah.
the music got a little more angry.
And you know what? It as a kid, it did make me angry. Like I would like
Oh yeah.
yell at my parents for no reason whatsoever, but because I was listening to Metallica.
Oh, I thought you meant because you're hungry. I was like,
Well, that could have been it too.
definitely do that when I'm hungry.
Yeah. But yeah, it just made me an angry person because I mean, you know, it's
Dude, some of the bands that like when I'm
aggressive.
angry, like probably going to do it today because I just got some work stuff going on that is really making me angry. I like
Yeah.
to put on,
Kenny
Kill-
G.
yeah, close, Kill Switch Engage.
Oh yeah. I remember they were supposed to do an album together.
Yeah.
It didn't work. It didn't pan out. So.
Kenny G Engage was it? Kill Switch G. Kill Switch Kenny. That's what it is.
I like that one.
That would, dude, metal with a saxophone.
Oh my God, they kill Switch Kenny.
That's good.
South Park.
I want to hear every voice in this place! Are you ready? Everybody up top! Everybody!
Anyway,
I do like that name though. That's pretty awesome.
I think it's time for the first segment of the day.
Uh-oh.
Our classic. Here we go. Actually, before we go into it. What if I did that every time? Here we go. Drum roll, please. Okay, before we go into it, and I just always like shut it down. Now, I won't always do this, but I do want to mention that just like the This Day in History jingle that we wrote.
Yeah, which is the best jingle ever.
Of all time. The Rushmore needed a jingle.
Yeah.
And we were thinking, all right, we want it to be like patriotic and American. Sure. And so we sat down and we had like Revolutionary War in our brains, picturing like cannon smoke and birds and the big field. And so we started, you know, with the and Nate had the idea to get the piccolo out, and I had the idea to do the sort of marching snare. I didn't know how to do it, but I knew you needed that snare. Oh yeah. And so anyway, we wrote this very simple Rushmore segment jingle, and I freaking love it. Yeah. I think it's great.
Well, you came up with the tuba part, which I thought was the best part, and it's the funniest part.
The tuba part at the end is just a little, it's just kind of like Eeyore-ish.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's like, we're so proper and revolutionary, blah, 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 and then it's just like.
And then it's the Sticky Bandits from Home Alone.
Yes.
Vibe.
So, without further ado, it's time for Rushmore. And today, it's Rushmore of Westerns.
Movies shot in the Western Hemisphere.
Movies on the Western side of Blockbuster.
Wait, where's the Western Hemisphere?
We're in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. Not just us, but we're in that.
Right.
So, but
who else is in it?
Well, I would imagine people like South America and Canada. Yeah. Dude, history started in 1776.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before that, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Thank you, Ron Swanson.
But just kidding. I'm not hating on Canada, by the way.
One of the things that like a lot of people don't think about.
I like Canada.
If you like history, of course you think about this, but a lot of people might not think about this. It's like, the cool thing about Westerns is this magical time, at least in your mind. This the story can be so magical of the time during Civil War, but most likely post Civil War.
Yeah.
So you're thinking 19th century, so late 1800s. And you've got this sort of unexplored frontier in the West.
Yeah.
And there's some bad boys out there, man.
Yeah.
Them cowboys, they weren't no joke.
They were rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've watched a lot of Westerns. I've even read a Western, Lonesome Dove.
Yeah. Oh.
Absolutely incredible.
Nice.
There's also a multi-series thing.
Right.
But Westerns are cool, man. I just feel like a damn man when I watch these.
It's very mannish.
Like sometimes
manly. That's it.
I do get in these weird moments where like I just want to feel like a man. And so like I'll go outside with my hatchet and I'll chop up some wood, build a fire, smoke a cigar, drink some brown liquor, and watch cowboys. I just
step on some ants.
Yeah, I just step on them.
Kick over an anthill.
Do you ever feel this way? Is it just me? I mean, you got a big old beard.
Yeah, absolutely. If I want to watch Titanic, I will.
Look.
But I only like the sinking part.
I go outside with my fire pit. I watch Thomas the Tank Engine, and it makes me feel like a man.
Yeah, there you go. No, I love all those dude movies like Die Hard and
yeah.
Rambo. Man, I love that crap, dude.
Well, I think part of it could be where I grew up to, because I kind of grew up in a still very unexplored land.
True.
South Georgia. There's a lot of wilderness.
Yeah.
A lot of woods.
Yep.
Grew up with my dad.
That's the way it is in Southern North Carolina, too.
My dad's a cowboy. There ain't no doubt about it. That dude is a man. And he was always going out in the woods and teaching me, all these things. So that could be it. Could be nostalgic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The hunter side, definitely.
Yeah.
Of you.
Yeah.
I never was the hunting type. But I did grow up in the wilderness, so I was in the woods a lot, just kind of playing games or, with my brother and our friends and stuff, and riding 4-wheelers, 3-wheelers, whatever.
Yeah.
So, which was super fun. So,
well, all that being said,
yeah,
I love Westerns, so I wanted to do Rushmore.
Let's do it.
Did you come up with yours?
I did.
Awesome. Well, as tradition goes, I want you to start.
Okay.
We're going to go worst to first. For those who
just like the Braves.
Yes. Ooh. For those who are new,
welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for being new. I hope you become old very soon.
Yeah. Welcome to the world.
Mount Rushmore is a term that Nate would always come up with in our conversations for the top 4 items, because there's 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore. And so instead of saying what's your top 4 list, top 5 lists, it's like what's your Rushmore?
What's your Rushmore?
X. We did serials a couple weeks ago. We've done mafia movies. We've done baseball players. We've done rock bands.
Yeah, we've really only scratched the surface with Rushmore.
Yeah,
there's plenty more to come.
Rushmore of Rushmore, like. Anyway, I'm stalling.
4 mountains.
Number 4. Yeah. Number 4.
Everest.
What you got?
Number 4. It is a Western, but it's kind of a not spaghetti, but just a funny Western.
Okay.
Directed by Mel Brooks. Blazing Saddles.
Nice.
I saw that on there because I was just looking through like all the Westerns and just like, because I haven't seen a ton.
Yeah.
But I was just going through a list of all the Westerns and I was just like, what can I put up there? And I saw that one. I was just like, that's got to be up there.
Yeah.
That's such a good one.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Some of the lists that I look at, it's on there anyway. So.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
But.
And in no way, in shape or form, it could be relevant today.
Oh, no.
Which is probably why it's great.
Not a politically correct movie.
No.
And in some ways, like, I agree, shouldn't be.
Yeah.
In some ways, I think it should be.
Right.
So some things I'm not even okay with anymore.
Yeah.
But some things I am.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Number 4 for me is going to be Dances with Wolves. I love that movie. I just recently saw that maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Okay.
Huge Kevin Costner fan. Love that movie.
Can't go wrong with
Just
Kev.
Super, like, I don't even know. I just love that movie.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say about that. So
we bring up Kevin Costner. That's one reason.
Yeah.
That it's a good movie.
Yeah. So. And actually, well, no, I'm not going to say that. What's your number 3?
Oddly enough, a third movie, Back to the Future Part 3.
Nice. That was in my honorable mentions.
Nice.
I would say, as some people might be laughing, because you should, because it is a funny selection.
Yeah.
You can also argue.
Both of them are so far, yeah.
You can also argue, though, that Back to the Future is legitimately a good Western.
Sure. Oh, dude,
like they
so
actually
well done.
Did it like a Western.
Yep.
So,
if you have Spielberg in charge,
and what's your quote that you like that Biff does?
Oh yeah, Buford Tannen.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a lot in there, but it's like
there's one I'm trying to think of.
Is it where Marty says "lighten up, jerk"?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so because he's like "lighten up, jerk," and he's got this confused look on his face because he's never heard that before, and he goes, "Mighty strong words, Brunt."
Yeah. yeah.
You. Hey, lighten up, jerk! Mighty strong words, Brunt.
Dude, that character, God, so good, and it got better as it went along too.
Yeah.
All the way to Buford, Mad Dog Tannen.
That's a good choice. So you're blazing saddles into Back to the Future 3. All right. My number 3, right? Because I only did one.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 3, this is why I didn't want to say anything, is Kevin Costner again.
Oh.
In Open Range.
Oh.
2003.
Never saw that one.
It's him and Robert Duvall.
Okay.
And it's badass.
Yeah.
Like that's, I mean, dude, it is just awesome. Right. It's fantastic. Kevin Costner kills it.
Yeah.
You the one killed our friend?
That's right. I shot the boy too, and I enjoyed it.
This was his. He was probably upset that his Wyatt Earp didn't make it.
Yeah.
And so he came out and did Open Range 10 years later, and it is awesome. Very end, it just doesn't ruin anything. At the very end, they're going into a battle that they think they're going to die. Like they flat out think, this is the last time I'm going to live.
Right.
So what do? They go into the country store and they buy an expensive bar of chocolate for the both of them.
Yeah.
And 2 cigars. And so they go sit down and have a candy bar and a cigar.
Wow.
Like knowing they're going to die.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, I was like, heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Milk chocolate.
Looking for something special. Now, what's the most expensive you got?
It's dark chocolate. Yeah. Comes all the way from Switzerland, Europe. That's near France, see?
I'll take 2.
Don't you want to know how much?
Nope. And 3 of your finest cigars. My friend and me got a hankering for Switzerland chocolate. And a good smoke.
Now these come all the way from Havana, Cuba.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
But I highly recommend that movie, Open Range.
All right.
And some Westerns are hard to like. Some Westerns are hard to understand why they're so liked. Like my number 1 is actually an older movie.
Yeah.
But this one's like, this was done in 03, so it's like still a really well done movie with a good plot and all that stuff. So Open Range, if you haven't watched it, go do it.
Nice.
Now for you, number 2?
Number 2.
Cannon Plumbing. Let's go ahead and talk about Cannon.
All right. We'll
Cannon
take a break.
is the best.
Cannon is actually a Rushmore sponsor.
Yes.
There we go.
He's the Rushmore sponsor. We get to him every time we get to number 2.
Yep. We got to Rushmore to the bathroom.
Rushmore to the bathroom.
Yep.
But rush no more to find a plumber.
Right.
You got Mr. Clint Cannon himself, Cannon Plumbing. He's a great guy. He sponsors our show.
Yeah.
This is something I haven't said yet. We believe in him, but he actually believes a lot in us. He was behind us like before we filmed our first episode.
Yeah, he reached out to us.
He was like, dude, if you 2 guys are doing it, I'm in. So we want to thank him
very cool.
just for being a good dude.
Yeah.
And having good vision. Because, hey, look at the Twerk Ethic Show.
Yep.
Almost 11 months.
Look at that. Man.
It's crazy.
Yep. And Clint knew it was going to be something.
Oh, yeah.
Something to it.
Yeah, he knew.
So
anyway.
We appreciate you, Clint.
You need a plumber, go to cannonplumbingllc.com. All right, your number, where we at?
2.
2.
Clint. We can't.
Yeah.
Cannon Plumbing. Number 2, Django.
Django Unchained. I love this. You got some interesting choices.
Yeah.
And I like it because I purposely didn't pick a movie today because I knew you might repeat it.
Yeah.
I think that's a little more fun. Unless it's like unarguable. Like for our rock bands, we had to have Led Zeppelin in there.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's kind of fun because like our serials were completely different.
Oh, yeah.
And our Westerns are completely different, yet both great.
Yep.
I got to tell you this. The in-laws came over. They listened to the podcast.
Yeah.
Specifically, my brother and sister-in-law.
Okay.
And they started talking about the serial episode, the Rushmore serial episode.
Nice.
Dude, we talked about it for like an hour in the house.
Yeah.
So it shows that Rushmore's like such a good conversation starter.
And the guy who brought that up, Dustin Cooley.
Yes.
I saw him this past Saturday.
No way.
JT, show the audience your favorite Dustin creation, please.
Throw your hands up in the Jane Eyre. Wave them all around like you read Voltaire. Now let me see you shake, 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 Shakespeare. Let me see you shake, 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 Shakespeare. Go Hemingway, go Kafka. Get wild like Oscar. Me and my crew, we be the boys. Buy it up, all the W.E.B. the boys. Now watch me make it twain, make it twain, make it twain. Can't quit, man, Walt Whitman on the brain. I don't think you're ready for this Mary Shelley. You're the sing you out a Chevy. My book game is steady.
We had a gig in Chapel Hill. He lives there. And he's actually from there. But he's living there now. And he came over to see me. And we talked a little bit about
That's awesome.
the series. He's like, dude, I knew 3 of your top 4 cereals.
That's
right
amazing.
offhand.
That's amazing.
Of course, he's known me for over 20 years.
What was funny is like both Joe and Mary Catherine and my wife were disagreeing with you because they like the sugary stuff.
Right.
And they're like, I can't believe
Dustin
it.
does too, yeah.
I can't believe Nathan likes the bland stuff. And then all of a sudden my father-in-law jumps in. He's like, I hate the sugary cereals. And then, we did that post on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's clearly, it's a house divided.
Really?
Like 50% of people don't like sugary cereal, and 50% do. And I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's freaking interesting. Anyway, all that to say, I love when our selections are different.
Yeah,
because we had the same top 4, it kind of gets boring.
Yeah.
So, Django Unchained is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But,
can we just talk about the masks scene?
Oh my gosh, the freaking Jonah Hill part.
That is the funniest, dude. That's one of the funniest scenes in cinema history. And I was like, I was rolling when I saw that in the theater. And look, we all think that the mask was a good idea. And I wish I could share the whole scene, but there's just so much profanity. I won't do it. But it is so funny,
dude. Another of my favorites is the Leonardo DiCaprio scene where he breaks the glass.
Yep.
Hey! Now lay your palms flat on that tabletop. If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is going to let loose with both barrels that sawed off.
I'm sure you've heard this, but if you haven't, he actually broke the glass in real life.
Yep.
And hurt his
and he
face.
just kept going.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that's a trooper right there.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Leo.
Another one that you could consider a Western was The Revenant with Leo.
Oh, okay.
The one he won I think he actually won the Oscar finally.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The movie was amazing.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That was your number 2?
That was my number 2.
My number 2 is 1992, Unforgiven.
Oh.
This is Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman. It is so good.
One of my favorites.
So good, so good. It's like classic Western. I mean, it's the whole like, I'm too old for this, I'm coming out of the game type thing. And I wrote it down just so I wouldn't forget. My favorite line in this whole movie was at the end, he shoots the guy. The guy, Clint Eastwood does, and the guy says, "You just shot an unarmed man." He goes, "He should have armed himself." I was like, yes. He should have armed himself.
Nice.
You just shot an unarmed man.
Well, he should have armed himself.
So that movie is, Morgan Freeman is in that movie.
Of course.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Good cast.
So, all right, here we go. Rushmore, number one.
Number one. What would you like on your tombstone?
Pepperoni.
Yes. Well done.
Too tight, Marshal?
Nope.
Any last words?
Nope.
What do you want on your tombstone?
Pepperoni and cheese.
Time for Tombstone Pizza, made with the good stuff, real pepperoni, real cheese, so it's always real good. What do you want on your tombstone?
Just a little taste?
Nope.
Tombstone is my number one, hands down. I first saw it with a couple friends of mine, Tyler, Craig, Alan. We were actually a band back in the day, and we were at Panama City, and Tyler always quoted this movie, and actually all three of them did. And I was the only one that didn't because I'd never watched it.
Yeah.
So back in 2000, I want to say 5, maybe 6, somewhere around there, Panama City Beach, and Craig had his laptop, and he was like, we can watch it. Let's do it. And I was like, sweet. And we watched it there in our cabin, on a laptop, and I was like, this is awesome. And I was eating a bowl of cornflakes, by the way.
Nice. Nice.
So I was Rushmoring my other Mount Rushmore.
Nice. Excellent choice.
Yes. So yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was just like, this is one of the best movies ever. Not just Western, but one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah. So I agree.
Yeah.
And on purpose, I didn't put it on my list.
Right.
Because I could put that on my list too.
Yeah.
It's one of the best Westerns.
Yeah.
Best Western sizzling's okay, Golden Corral.
Oh, yeah.
But I purposely didn't, just, I don't know, keep it a little more interesting. But that movie's incredible.
Yeah.
My number one is Mr. John Wayne himself.
Okay.
It's a movie called The Searchers.
All right.
1956. Old school. Very
Back
racist.
in the day. Oh, yeah.
Very racist. You kind of have to keep that in context.
Right.
And not embrace that. Outside of a few scenes that, we wouldn't agree with today, this movie is it's exactly what you think it is. It's just John Wayne being John Wayne. Like, my favorite line of that one is at the end, there's this guy, and John Wayne's kind of like injured and worn out or whatever.
Yeah.
This guy has a knife, and he's holding a knife at him, and he says to John Wayne, he says, "I hope you die." John Wayne goes, "Well, that'll be the day."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After he says that, the guy just drops the knife and runs away crying.
"I hope you die. That'll be the day."
Right.
It's just awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice.
So, all right, let's repeat. So I'll do mine, then you do yours.
Okay.
So from 4 to 1, well, I should pull it up because I don't remember it. So 4 to 1. Why don't you go first?
Which is funny because you usually write this stuff down. All right, 4 to 1 from me. 4 to 1. 4 being Blazing Saddles. 3, Back to the Future 3. 2, Django. Number 1, Tombstone.
Well done. For me,
thank you.
Number 4 is Dances with Wolves. I'd like to point out I actually have the original number 4 is Tombstone. So I legit did change it.
Okay.
So Dances with Wolves. Number 3, Open Range. Number 2, Unforgiven. Number 1, The Searchers. Here are my honorable mentions.
Okay.
True Grit.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Bridges.
Good one. The remake.
Freaking fantastic.
So good.
Yes, I know John Wayne's is good too, but I'm just saying. Jeff Bridges, when he throws the corn muffin, you remember that scene? Oh my God. You're going to love this.
Yeah.
City Slickers.
Oh, nice one.
Right?
All right. I like that.
That's more like your Back to the Future.
Yeah, for sure.
Selection. And my third honorable mention was Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
So, well done.
Nice.
Rushmore, done.
True Grit is an honorable mention of mine. Also, 310 to Yuma.
Oh, yeah.
Was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Stagecoach, which was John Wayne's first movie.
Oh, okay.
And then the other ones I would put in there is like the good, the bad, the ugly. Because that's the theme that's now in football all the time.
That's right.
What how's it go? You know it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Put a beat to it. Which is also the entrance music for Metallica.
Nice.
Has been for years.
It's time for This Day in History.
This day in history. Sometimes people die, and sometimes people don't. The Atlanta Braves are going to the World
The day
Series.
is Tuesday, November 2nd.
Okay.
All right. This day in history, 1983.
Oh.
Thriller was released.
Wow. Okay.
How about that?
Huh. Nice.
A little late for Halloween, dude.
Yeah, a little bit.
November 2nd. They tried. They just couldn't.
Yeah, they did.
Couldn't quite.
3 days late.
Yeah. But next year they got them.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Moving
83.
on.
Wow.
Also, in 1983, Reagan signs the bill for Martin Luther King Day to be a holiday.
Nice.
How about that?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I actually did not know that.
I didn't know that either, actually.
Pretty cool. Okay. I couldn't read my own handwriting. I got two more.
Okay.
This day in history, November 2nd, 1880, James Garfield was elected. But he was only president for 200 days because he was assassinated.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
I almost read a book about him because apparently he was like pretty dang interesting and pretty smart.
Yeah.
But he had no ability to prove himself as the president because he was 200 days in.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway. And lastly, this one was weird to me. In 1898 was the first official cheerleader for the University of Minnesota, and it was a dang man.
Really?
Johnny Campbell.
Wow.
First cheerleader ever, University of Minnesota.
Huh.
1898. I don't have many thoughts about that. I just wanted to say I didn't expect that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't either. Oh, Johnny Campbell.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got today.
Yeah.
I went through this day in history pretty quickly because we love our Rushmore here. Mm-hmm. And that was a good Rushmore. So, what else you got?
That was a good one.
You good?
I think so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm good. I'm more than good.
On that note, let's freaking go. Let's get out of here.
All right. Unless you got anything. No, you don't have anything. I don't have anything.
Hey, the audience.
You got anything?
You got anything? We'll wait.